According to the 2023 financial reports, Gazprom, which was once Russia's largest company, has reported a significant loss of $7 billion. This is a shocking outcome compared to the $31 billion profit reported in 2021, the last year, unaffected by the invasion of Ukraine. This shows a dramatic $38 billion swing in Russia's economy and might just be the reason for its collapse. Gazprom began as a state-owned enterprise, holding the exclusive right to export natural gas globally. Russia, having the world's largest natural gas reserves, has seen a rising demand for natural gas over the past 30 years. This is because many countries have shifted from coal to natural gas for electricity generation, which emits about 50% less carbon dioxide than coal, making it a more environmentally friendly option. Gazprom business, however, has suffered significantly due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Most European countries have chosen to stop buying Russian gas, posing a major challenge for Gazprom. Unlike oil, natural gas cannot simply be shipped overseas without converting it into a liquid form, a process that requires expensive facilities, costing billions of dollars. As a result, Gazprom has lost many of its customers and is struggling to find new markets in countries like China and India. This situation has put the company in a difficult position, making it hard to recover from the recent losses. In today's video, we'll take a look at Gazprom's results in greater detail and see the broader impact on the Russian economy. The consequences of this financial downturn extend beyond Gazprom's loss of profits. We'll explore the ripple effects on Gazprom's employees, shareholders, and the overall economic multiplier effect in Russia. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating videos. So let's begin. If you take a quick look at global natural gas reserves, you'll see Russia's dominance, holding over 24% of the world's supply. This puts Russia at the top of the list, followed by Iran with 17% and Qatar with 12% on the consumption front. The USA leads with almost 22% of global natural gas usage, followed by Russia at 12.4% and China at third. Other major consumers include Iran, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia, Germany, Mexico, and the UAE. Back in 1965, the USA and Canada were the two largest consumers of natural gas, accounting for around 72% of global consumption. However, over the past 50 years, there has been a substantial global increase in natural gas usage, with consumption today being about 8 times higher than it was back then. This surge in demand was particularly favorable for Russia, which possesses a vast and highly sought-after natural resource. The company, now known as Gazprom, was originally the Soviet Ministry of Gas Industry during the early 1990s as part of wider economic reforms. This state-owned enterprise was privatized. Many Russians received vouchers allowing them to buy shares in the newly formed Gazprom, which was granted a monopolistic position in supplying natural gas worldwide. Over the next 30 years, Gazprom grew to become not only Russia's biggest business, but also the 36th largest company globally by 2020, according to Forbes. Leading in revenue in Russia from 2011 to 2020, Gazprom consistently reported profits in 2021. The total profit was 2.4 trillion Russian rubles, which was about $32 billion based on the exchange rate at that time of approximately 75 rubles to $1. This was the last full financial year unaffected by the invasion of Ukraine, which began in February 2022. In 2020, Gazprom's profits were $13 billion, but by 2023, the company reported a loss of $7 billion, which is a dramatic $38 billion downturn over 2 years. Now let's look at Gazprom's shareholder structure in order to understand the implications of this considerable loss for the Russian economy. The largest portion, 38.4%, is owned by the Russian state. This change in financial fortunes not only impacts the company, but also has wider economic implications affecting everything from shareholders to the general economic stability of the country. Gazprom originally was fully owned by the Russian government, but in the early 1990s, the company was privatized along with many other major industries. Even after the privatization, the Russian government initially retained a 40% stake in Gazprom, which has since been slightly reduced to 38.4%, the next largest block of shareholder. Holding 33.6% of Gazprom consists of Russian nationals. This ownership came from the voucher scheme implemented during the privatization of state industries in the 1990s, which allowed every Russian citizen to receive vouchers that could be exchanged for shares in companies like Gazprom. Foreign investors, represented by ADR American Depository Receipt holders, owns 16.2% of Gazprom, but there's a cap ensuring that no single foreign shareholder can own more than 9.9% of the company. The remaining 12% of shares are held by industrial shareholders within Russia. This breakdown shows that about 38% of Gazprom is still directly owned by the Russian state, which allows the government several ways to profit from this investment. The government can sell part of their 38% stake to domestic or foreign investors, earn profit shares from Gazprom's operations, or collect dividends from the shares they hold. Gazprom's market capitalization has seen significant fluctuation. It peaked in April 2011 at $93 billion, but declined between 2011 and 2016, partly due to the repercussions of Russia's annexation of Crimea. However, it rebounded, reaching 100 at October 2021. The market cap dropped to about $70 billion, although it temporarily surged to $132 billion as global gas prices spiked following the invasion in the last 2 years. However, Gazprom valuation has plummeted, estimated now to be under $40 billion. This decline means a substantial loss in value, with the Russian state as a 38% shareholder, experiencing a loss of approximately $27 billion based on the peak valuation in October 2021. From 2013 to 2020, Gazprom maintained a consistent record of paying dividends. However, no dividend was paid in 2021, but 2022 saw a substantial dividend distribution over the past decade. There were considerable variations in the dividend yield. It was 7.2% in 2013 and 2014, and 2014 increased to 7.9% in 2015, reached 8% in 2016. 2017 jumped to 17% in 2018, and then fluctuated to 15% in 2019 and 13% in 2020. Whereas in 2022, the dividend yield remarkably rose to 51%, given that the Russian state held 38% of Gazprom shares and the market cap at the end of December. That's $1 trillion. The state received a dividend payout of about $14 billion. This payout shows the impact of Gazprom's recent financial troubles on the Russian government's revenue. The high drop in Gazprom's market value and its revenue downturn means that the value of the state's shareholding has also decreased substantially. With Gazprom reporting losses, it is unlikely that dividends will be declared in the near future, which eliminates a crucial source of cash flow for the Russian state. Compared to the $14 billion received in 2022, this is highly concerning for Russia. Moreover, the broader implications for the Russian economy cannot be overlooked. Natural gas is a challenging commodity to reroute to new markets because it typically requires a pipeline for efficient transport. Once infrastructure is in place, the gas can be delivered directly from the ground to where it's needed. This setup allows producers to generate substantial revenue as long as there is demand from buyers. Building new pipelines to different regions, however, is costly and takes a lot of time. It complicates efforts to quickly shift to new markets if traditional buyers reduce their purchases.